Lubbock, from its prairie dogs, to Buddy Holly, to its dust storms, to surprisingly being rated as one of the most boring cities in the United States, there's a lot one could talk about from Lubbock, and of course there's lots of things to do in Lubbock. However, there is one thing that not many people are talking about. That is Lubbock's high crime rate. To make matters worse, some of the crime in Lubbock is affecting college students from Texas Tech. It's gotten to the point where crime alert emails are sent out every time a crime is reported around campus, and is only sent to students. Students have reported being robbed, threatened, fondled, and some students have even had personal property such as cars damaged due to the crimes near campus. And these are just the crimes that students are alerted of. Sometimes certain parts of the campus will be closed off due to a crime happening nearby. Here are a few examples of students describing the crimes they have witnessed happen in Lubbock, or in some cases on campus, and how it affected their views of Lubbock and of Texas Tech. Can you describe your experience with crime in Lubbock?
Alright, well, I got the tech alerts, whatever, like your stories from friends. You know, my friends pulled up to Buffalo Wild Wings late at night, and we saw the bar staff kind of getting confrontational with a guy standing at the door. And right when we were about to place our order, it got physical, and then it's like, you know, people were throwing punches and the cops were called. Apparently he was trying to pick fights with just random people inside the building. He was really drunk. We saw him get arrested by the cops.
I witnessed a hate crime happen at Anahuac. A customer was being violently racist towards another in front of his own kid. This led to an argument between the two about how the kid should be raised and shouldn't see an example of such racism. This then led to a fight outside of the IHOP, which the other customers simply viewed. Some even recorded the fight. No one bothered to call the police. The person who received hateful and racial ending up winning the fight. Although both were injured and an obvious hate crime was committed, no police or ambulances were called. This is likely due to the fact that most of Lubbock tends to doubt the police force, or just see calling them as a waste of time. Due to the fact that there are cases where the police are called and the case remains unsolved, it's possible that most people believe that calling the police would just be a waste of time, as most cases taken by the police usually go unsolved. Due to the fact that I've lived in Lubbock my whole life, my views of Lubbock have not changed.
Many students seem to experience crime happening in Lubbock, or even on campus. Even I have an experience in this, of witnessing a crime happen in Lubbock. My experience was that I was just sitting there parked like in a bowling alley, and then some guy came up to my window and he offered me like $5 to drive him to a Walgreens. I of course took it because who doesn't like money? And then he brought in like this suitcase like cooler thing, and that's when I'm like, oh shit, this guy probably has like drugs or something. I didn't realize it then, and then now that I'm starting to look at it, that's literally the only possible thing he could have had in there. And then he drove me to I drove him to the Walgreens, of course, and he pointed at somebody behind a dumpster because he had me taken to the back of Walgreens, and he pointed at a female and he offered like free prostitution because I drove him. This video's purpose isn't to bash Lubbock and warn parents not to bring their students to Texas Tech. This video is meant to point out that crimes do happen on or near Texas Tech's campus, and this video is supposed to bring attention to enough people to hopefully bring a change to the situation. Lubbock is a great city and has an amazing college. There are so many degrees and programs to choose from that Tech offers. It's a real shame that there are crimes happening on campus, and that most of the times all that could be done is an email will be sent out to students. And these are just reported cases. There are tons of crimes on campus that students don't even choose to report. With this video, I hope it reaches the right number of people to bring a change to this problem that is obviously affecting students, and also bring a change to the crime rate in Lubbock as a whole.